So welcome to a new video, everybody. We've been getting a lot of questions on how we shoot these drone videos and what kind of equipment we're using. I don't know anything about drones, but Anderson does, and we're gonna check in with the master and he's gonna show us all about it. This is Anderson, everybody, the guy that flies this drone and that does all the videos with me with the FPV stuff. Anderson, I would love to know, can I go to the Walmart and buy this?
So this drone is not like the drones that you can go to like a Best Buy or a Walmart to get. This is a little bit more, bespoke and custom. So you're gonna have to go to a dedicated drone shop to pick up something like this. A lot of those other drones are what we call camera drones. This is what we call FPV, as Anneke had mentioned earlier. FPV is an acronym for first person view. So instead of looking with your own eyes and kind of maneuvering the drone, we actually use these headsets here. And this is essentially what I use to see where the drone is going. And if you look at the cameras on this drone, there's two. So we use the GoPro for filming, and then this lower one right here, that's what I'm using to see and steer this drone as we're flying through the trails.
And this is what we use for the videos that you actually see on YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's no autopilot, there's no set this mode to track. How I steer this drone is with this controller. These sticks, this is my throttle, this is my yaw, essentially spinning the drone on axis, pitch, roll. There's everything I need to maneuver the drone through the air is all done with this. And the only thing keeping this drone up in the air is me at any given time.
And so how did you actually started putting this all together, like flying this? I know when we started a year ago, you said you practice a lot on, how do you call it again?
Simulators
and stuff like that. So for people at home that want to try something like this, would you say they start with a simulator first?
Absolutely. Simulator is going to be your best friend. It's kind of shocking that it's such a hard sell, but like the only thing you should be buying initially is a controller and a simulator. 30 bucks, 100 bucks, $130, you can start flying drones at home. It's unlimited practice, unlimited batteries, perfect weather conditions, just in the safety of your own home. You crash, not a problem. It's a digital drone, no damage done. Versus crashing this, we're looking at this whole setup with camera and battery, it's about $1,000. So you definitely want to put the time in and practice as much as you can before you get out and fly the real thing.
How many times have you crashed this?
So it's been a while, but back when we started, this drone has, been repaired at least 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
So crashing is part of it. It's just at some point you just can't keep crashing the same way. You need to crash in new ways.
Yeah. And then we have like a battery pack on the back. So this is for the drone, right? Because we have a separate battery in the GoPro, obviously. How long does this battery last?
So you can buy different capacity batteries. So we're working with a 6S 1200 milliamp hours, which is just the capacity. There's all sorts of different sizes for different capacities. This drone will fly for about 3.5 minutes with the GoPro and everything on board. So all the shots that you see we're getting out there for these video series, it all has to happen within 3.5 minutes. I've got to come up and she's got to catch it. She's got to do the intro. And then I got to chase her down the trail and then come back to myself, all within 3.5 minutes in a single take.
But then there's also sometimes where we break it up. So like today we're shooting actually one of the longer trails here in Bentonville called Fireline. And that one we have to kind of break up because of the distance, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of things that kind of make us break this up. One is just at some point I can't do the whole trail in terms of visibility of the equipment we have, the battery. There's just a lot of variables that need to be accounted for to cover the entire trail run.
I like that, yeah. Amazing. So how many batteries do you have with you for today? Because we're shooting this a little behind the scenes on the drone stuff, what equipment you use, and then we're actually after this we're going to shoot Fireline.
So today for this shoot we're coming in with 15 batteries. The rule of thumb here is you should have way more batteries than you'd ever need. The worst thing is to be caught not being able to get the shot because you don't have enough batteries. Yeah. So how many batteries will we need? Probably 3, given the 3 sections. We've had a lot of practice at doing this where I can understand, how Anneke's going to ride down the trail, and we pretty much nail the shots, pretty much first take a lot of the time. I don't think people realize a lot of those videos were shot in a very short amount of time just because we've had a lot of practice doing this.
Yeah, and we kind of know like how we would like to shoot it, how you're going to fly it, where you're going to be on the trail as well, because Anderson knows all the trails here as well. That helps a lot with flying this because
Absolutely.
you need to know what's coming up on the trail. Sweet. Anything else that you want to point out? Things that we
Yeah, I think one of the things people forget too is you should just over prepare for any of these things. You should never find yourself in a situation where you can't get the shot.
Yeah, and what kind of SD cards do you use? Because I know there's multiple.
Yeah, so depending on the cameras you use, so we use GoPro exclusively pretty much. You know, there's certain requirements for the SD cards. Just make sure that it's rated for for filming at a high, speed so that it can handle 4K content. Just be aware, just follow the manufacturer's recommendations, but
and
SD cards matter.
Or you shoot everything in 4K with the
Yeah,
stuff
at least,
that we're doing.
right.
So, yeah.
And then we've got multiple cameras. You know, if this GoPro acts up, we've got 4 more in the bag. I pretty much have enough tools and spare parts to rebuild this drone trail side as well. So just fully prepared to just the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
You know, it's better to have it and need it than to need it and not have it.
Well, I hope this all answers your questions. If you do have any other questions, please let us know and we'll try to answer them. I think it's time that I'm going to try this out. Yeah,
let's give it a go.
Let's give it
see
a
how
go.
you do.
You hit up the trail and I'll follow you this time. What
Let's
do you
do
think? All right, I'm down. But before, like, subscribe, thumbs up, and let us know what you think of the videos. We'll try to keep them coming, and maybe next time we'll get a full run of Anderson riding and me flying the drone.
It might be a little bit boring.
Well, I don't even know if I'll be able to.
Actually, yeah, we'll see.
Let me see if I can take off.
There you go, the hair whip.
All right, let's do this. I'm ready.
All right.
Okay.
So goggles are on, controllers are on.
Okay.
Don't press any buttons yet. Drone is on the ground.
All right, let's do this. Right was the gas, right? That's what my dad always said. Gas is on the right. Let's go. Oh. So I actually managed to break the drone.
That's okay. We came prepared.
Sorry, Anderson, but like he said earlier, he can fix it on trail side. So I broke a propeller.
Yep, just one right here.
He's gonna fix it. Whoopsie.
And there we go. Here we go.
Kinda, I guess.
We're whole again.
Yeah.
No serious damage. The shoot can continue. No problems. So be prepared for anything. Like new pilots trying to fly drones.
Just don't let anybody else fly a drone. That's just basically it. I'm gonna stick to riding a bike.
Speaking of riding bikes, yeah, let's do that.
Let's gear up.
Yep.
He's doing a test run right now to see like how far he can get down the trail. After he knows that, he'll come back up and then we'll talk about how far down the trail I'll go, and we'll pick it up from there. Welcome to Kohler in Bentonville, Arkansas. Today we're going to check out one of my favorite trails and one of the longer trails we have here in the area. It's called Fireline. Super fun, flowy, it has tabletops, berms, and hop along with me and let's check it out. All right.
All right, so we just finished the first section of 3 on Fireline, and this is kind of our first stopping point. So she dropped in from the hub, which is right behind us, and she just finished through the table section. And then the next section we're gonna film is the berms.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna go through the berms, and then I think a good stopping point was gonna be the bridge.
Right. And again, that's just based on how far we can fly with our equipment. On to the next spot.
On to the next spot.
All right, so we just finished the second part, which is the middle section with all the berms. And now we're gonna move to our third. So this was from the end of the tables, through the berms, and to the wooden bridge. So now it'll be the wooden bridge through the tables at the end, and that's it.
Everybody for watching a little bit behind the scenes on how we shoot these FPV videos. Thank you, Connor. Thank you, Anderson. Hopefully you guys like this video. If you like it, like, subscribe, and see you guys soon for the next video. Phew!